Hello ladies and gentlemen, Typhara here, and I thought I'd do a little video tonight after me being absent for so long. I'm going to basically talk about all the transitioning stuff from Final Fantasy XIV to Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn. They posted all of it on here, so I'm just going to take a look at it, and we're going to talk about it a little bit and get everything out in the open so we can just get up on there. We're going to start off with changes to existing items and monetary system in Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn. Now, I've read over this once just to kind of get an idea of what is going on, but we're going to go through it and I'm going to give you my opinions and stuff on this. So, start off here. As we transition from the game's current version to Final Fantasy XIV on Realm Reborn, existing game content will be undergoing a number of changes. This post will detail such changes coming to items and the monetary system. Due to extensive changes made to the battle and other major game systems, existing items and the monetary system will be rebalanced in Final Fantasy XIV ARR, A Realm Reborn. Note: company seals and items not explicitly mentioned in this post will not be changed, however. The methods for obtaining these items in Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn may be different. The planned changes are detailed below. Changes to the monetary system. Upon the release of Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn, we will be removing 1-0 from all guild prices in a process known as currency redenomination. All NPC vendors' buying-selling prices will be reduced to 1/10 of current values. All quest rewards, monster drops, and in-game monetary rewards will be reduced to 1/10 of the current values. All repair costs, airship fares, and other in-game service fees will be reduced to 1/10 of current values. Because of changes to game systems, the prices of existing items will change to varying degrees. The maximum amount of gil that a player can possess will not change from 999,999,999. Man, that's a mouthful. The amount of gil required to obtain certain achievements will be reduced by 1/10 of the current values. All gil currently held by players will be reduced to 1/10 of current values. And they give an example. A player carrying 100,000 gil will only possess 10,000 gil upon release of Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn. However, a chocobo rental fee of 800 gil will be reduced to 80 gil, and an NPC previously selling an item for 1,500 gil will sell the same item for 150 gil. The effective purchasing power of your savings will not change. So what they're saying in there is they're cutting the prices of everything, in which I say they need to, because in Final Fantasy XIV, prices were atrocious. I mean, when I started out, I went to buy a level 1 weapon, and it was 4,000 gil. 4,000. I mean, seriously, come on. I'm a starting player. How do you expect me to get that much money? Anyways, but it's good. So they're taking a 0 off, and they're cutting NPC selling prices by 1/10. And like I said, if you have 100,000 gil when the servers went down and the servers come back up, you'll have 10,000 gil. But they're knocking the prices down by a good bit. So it shouldn't be that much of a big deal. And it will help out players in the beginning. Now, due to rebalancing the price of some items, rewards and services may not be reduced to exactly 1/10 of their current values. The above should only be considered general guidelines for the changes. Purpose of currency I can't ever get this word right the first time. Oh my God, kill me now. Redenomination. When the current version of Final Fantasy XIV was first designed, we were forced to inflate item prices to properly balance the prices for consumable items, such as arrows and fishing lures. This is no longer necessary, as this type of consumable item will not be used in Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn. So they're going to be taking away arrows and fishing lures? The price of one arrow was originally indexed against the cost of one sword at a rate of 1 to 1,000. For example, if Gladius were priced at 200 gil, the equivalent level warped arrows would be priced at 0.2 gil each. However, because decimal pricing is not possible, prices would not have to be rounded to the nearest whole number, rendering it comparatively expensive to be an archer, and it was really expensive to be an archer. This problem was addressed by increasing all items prices by a factor of 10. In conjunction with the removal of player-operated bazaars in Final Fantasy XIV ARR, all items in guild and player bazaars at the time the servers go down will be returned to the player inventories. This includes guild, which is being offered in the Seek Items section of a bazaar. Because of this, it is possible that the resulting guild total may exceed the limit of 999 million. Therefore, the change also ensures that the players will not lose any guild. That said, the currency Redenomination is primarily intended to reduce the excessively large values used in all transactions. We would like to reiterate that the effective purchasing power of your savings will not be reduced. So, they're going to take out player bazaars. Okay, they should take out the auction house that they have in place now in Final Fantasy XIV and put the one from Final Fantasy XI in there. That is my idea, because I hate the auction house in Final Fantasy XIV. It sucks balls. Yeah, that's just my opinion. If you agree with me, leave me a comment below. If you don't, leave me a comment below and tell me why not. Tell me why you like the new auction house. I mean, I like the retainers. They're cool. You get to have your own little character. You get to give him, her clothes, stuff like that. Anyways, crystals. Players can currently hold a maximum of 9,999 crystals of a single type, and this limit will not change. However, because player-operated bazaars will be closed, crystals subsequently return to a player inventories and may cause them to exceed this limit. In this event, any excess crystals will be automatically converted into gil. Players can remove crystals from their bazaar, transfer them to a retainer if they wish to keep their excess crystals, which is too late to do now because the server's already down. So, yeah. Inventory limits. Player inventory capacity will be reduced to the original 100 slots. Excess items will not be lost. These items will be temporarily transferred to a special NPC. Items returned from the player bazaars will also be transferred to this NPC. If their inventories are full, however, crystals returned from the player bazaars to the inventories will be converted to gil automatically if they exceed the 9999 per type limit. Once players make room in their inventories, they can speak to this special NPC to reclaim their items. Please note that this I can't say NPC either. Man, this NPC will only return items and will not accept additional items for storage. So you can always get to go to that NPC to get your stuff back if you didn't transfer it before servers went down. Players will not be charged for this service. Yay! Player and retainer inventory capacity will be adjusted as follows. Okay. Alright, we're just not going to do that. Okay, player... Let's see. Yeah, player inventory currently is 200. And ARR, it'll be 100. Retainers, on the other hand, is currently 150, and ARR will be 175. Your bazaar is currently 10. You won't have a bazaar in ARR. On the other hand, your retainer bazaar is 10, but in ARR it'll be 20. Players will be unable to operate bazaars in Final Fantasy XIV ARR. Items equipped by the player will not count towards the 100 item inventory limit. The maximum amount of gil, crystal, and Grand Company seals that can be held by players and retainers will not change. Example, player carrying 175 items inventory. Current version, 175 of 200 inventory slots in use. Final Fantasy AR, 100 to 100 inventory slots in use, 75 over limit. Players can speak to the NPC to reclaim their remaining 75 items. Armorer, items currently stored in the armories can be retrieved as normal upon Final Fantasy XIV release. ARR release. Items removed from the game. The following items will be removed from the player inventories: guild marks, guild treatises, and key items. Players are advised to exchange all guild marks and treatises before November 1st, 2012. Upon release of Final Fantasy XIV AR, it will be also no longer be possible to receive guild marks or refunds for previously purchased abilities. Special abilities and access to content obtained through key items will not be revoked. Players' progress will be tracked through alternate systems. Examples. Chocobo whistles will be removed from the game, but players in possession of one will retain the ability to summon their chocobo. At the time, we cannot comment on how changes to game systems will affect each and every item. However, rest assured that we are dedicated to preserving fairness and equality between players who have obtained these key items and players who have not. Example, in Final Fantasy XIV AR, all players who will have unrestricted access to the city-state Ethernets, WoW, which will render Aether passes obsolete. Players already in possession of these passes will receive 40,000 gil in compensation, as per the can't say this word every time, as the redenomination 1/10 of the original purchase price. Players who purchase the Aether passes will with company seals will be recompensated in gil. Players in possession of the Gubu Horn, which is no longer obtainable as a patch 1.3a, 1.23a, will retain the ability to summon the Gubu mount. The mount will remain unobtainable in Final Fantasy XIV Reborn. So if you got that mount, you can rub it in all these other people's faces who are just starting out. I don't have it. You're going to rub it in my face? I will kill your Gubu, and I will burn the leaves on top of his head. Anyways, next section. Items converted to gil. The following items will be automatically converted to gil. The exchange rate will be calculated based on the current NPC vendor prices and reduced to 1/10 of their current prices in accordance with the currency of redenomination. Why can't I say that word? I don't know. Ammunition, throwing weapons, fisher secondary tools, fisher tackle, lures. Other obsolete items. Arrows will no longer be required to use bows upon reload. Hello. Something tells me we're going to have a flood of archers. Consumable throwing weapons will be replaced by non-consumable versions. That's cool. Spearfishing will be removed. No, not the spearfishing. It will be removed and the existing fishing system will be changed. Tackles and lures designed for the new system will be introduced. Awesome! Which I like. It was pretty fun and old, but it got annoying. Items to become unobtainable. Uh-oh. The following items will become unobtainable. Dated items. Weathered gear. Weathered weapons and tools will still remain obtainable. Items attained through seasonal events. Rewards for achievements that will become unattainable in Final Fantasy XIV, such as the Dalaman Horde. Oh, wow. So some of you guys are going to have some stuff that people can't even get. Items obtained through events associated with the coming of the 7th Umbral Era, such as over-aspected clusters. Items to become untradeable. Following items will become untradeable. Dated items and weathered gear. Items will become unsellable. The following items will be unsellable. Items obtained through the seasonal events that are priced below 10 gil by NPC vendors. Small clothes! Small clothes will be changed from the race-specific to gender-specific. All existing small clothes will be converted to this new format. Well-worn small clothes will be merged with similar items. The change will allow users to create more unique designs for all races as well as equalize market. Hold on, I gotta get something to drink. Damn, my mouth's getting dry. Hempen undershirt, hempen chestband, hempen undersleeves, hempen camise, hempen signet will all be male undershirts. Wow. Under these guidelines, a hempen undershirt will be... Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Hempen undershirt will be a male player will automatically vary to a male undershirt. Gear dyeing! Da-na-na-na-na. Players will be able to dye gear multiple times. Gear colors will no longer be included in the item names, and gear with different colors will display the same item name. As an example, the woolen turban purple, woolen turban red, and woolen turban green will all be woolen turban in Final Fantasy ARR. Under these guidelines, I just told you that, gear color will be indicated by icons as follows. See, currently it shows the colors, but in ARR it will not show the colors for any of them. Aside from color, special attributes included in item names will not be changed. Example, woolen turban of casting, woolen turban of intelligence. Additionally, players will not be able to dye the following items. Waist gear. Waist gear will no longer be visible in Final Fantasy XIV ARR. Dated gear, weathered gear, and swimsuits. Excuse me. These items, while containing colors in their names, have never been dyeable by players. There are currently no plans to alter the icon graphics and names, but this is subject to change. Now for the reason they're taking out the waist gear. Waist gear will no longer be visible in Final Fantasy XIV ARR. We have concluded that displaying waist gear separately not only limits the ability of our artists to create new designs, but also complicates the methods used to display equipped gear. Therefore, in order to more efficiently create new gear for the players to enjoy, we have decided to merge waist gear graphics with matching gear graphics. Example, Cobalt plate belt graphics will be added to Cobalt Cuirass graphics. Existing waist gear graphics will not be removed from the game. However, equipping and removing waist gear will no longer change your character's appearance. Recommended class to become required class. Recommended class will be changed to required class on existing gear. The majority of gear affected by this change are dated items, which many players continue to wear for aesthetic reasons, despite incurring performance abilities. In order to preserve the freedom of choice, we are planning to make these items wearable by more, if not all, classes. However, we are still in the process of determining how to best implement these changes. Recommended level restrictions will still be present in Final Fantasy XIV ARR. So, where they had the recommended classes for the gear, but you could still equip it if you want one of those classes, they're changing it to a required class to where you have to be that class. But then again, they're making it to where most, if not all, the classes can equip it. So, give that. And the recommended level restriction thing is still going to be on. Changes to gear attributes. The attributes of various gear may be adjusted due to the extensive redesign of the battle system. Yeah. Rest assured, we will not do our utmost. Oh my god. Don't strike me dead. Rest assured, we will do our utmost to minimize the impact upon the effectiveness of any existing gear. High quality items. Currently high quality items labeled with different numerical modifiers, +1, +2, +3, and the item name have no discernible differences. All these items will be unified under +1. Obsolete recipes. All recipes for product dated and obsolete items will be removed from the game, and it will no longer be possible to craft these items. So there you go. That is the news up to right now for this section. So it sounds really good to me. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about any of this, I don't believe. Not really. I mean, it all seems legit. But what do you guys think? How is this going to affect you in the game? What do you think? What are your opinions? Leave me a comment below just telling me what it is. And I'm going to continue to do these update videos for Final Fantasy XIV as information comes available, because I love it and I want to keep up to date on it, and I want to get it as soon as possible, because I'm really thinking this is going to be awesome. But anyways, that's that. This is this, and I'm Typhara, and we will see you guys next time. Bye. That's a very nice everything you have there.